Hey guys, Laura here at Laura Marie Rambles. I am just checking in with a few things. So, I've got a cat back here that's trying to jump on things that she won't fit on. So, we'll see how much noise she makes back here. Um, but I'm just checking in. I am back. I know that I've been AWOL for quite some time. If you haven't had the chance, I actually just wrote a blog post titled My Anxiety is Like the Ocean. And that was something that, I had been wanting to write about, kind of the struggle that I had been going through. And I realized that see, I speak best through kind of analogies and just things that I think that it's fairly easy for anybody, whether they've been through it or not, to understand. And so if you haven't had the chance to check that out, please do. I'm going to link that down below. But I wanted to check in otherwise. My intention is to really get back into the swing of things, both with getting the house in order, with keeping up on videos, keeping up with blog posts, and let you know where we are. I need you to see this. This cat is like... Of course, now she stops. Bella. Hey, honey. Hey, what are you doing? Bella. She doesn't care. So, of course not. I'm a cat. She's kind of been banned from here for a bit because this is chaotic. Like, I need to show you the chaos that I'm kind of sitting in. But I have in the past several months been through a lot of things, just personally I've been going through kind of dealing with my anxiety and not realizing that that's what I was going through. And so it's kind of difficult for me to, of course, address the issue because I didn't know what the issue was. But beyond that, nope, stop, nope. I know. Why? I'm just gonna break my stuff. I'm gonna be very upset. So yeah, I've been personally going through some things, but beyond that, I ended up losing my grandmother, I guess 2 months ago at this point. And so just as I was kind of coming out of the stresses and the anxiety and kind of depression that I was in, I kind of went back in. This is actually behind me a desk that I painted for my grandmother, I guess a year ago. This is a picture of me that she had. As you can see, I was very happy in this photo. It's funny because we see that face on my son a lot. I don't know what I was upset about, but I wasn't happy. But yeah, I've got some things of my grandmother's in here, so my office has become a little more cramped. Oh, I have an office! I don't think that I had an office the last time that I had posted. In between there, my mother-in-law has moved out, and so the spaces that were downstairs became vacant, and so I claimed one for myself, and the other area is storage. But right now, I've just kind of been taking all of my open projects, whether that's decluttering the house or whatnot, down to the office. And so it is cluttered because since I am trying to get through the decluttering process, I brought everything down here so it could all be in a central place and then go back up once it has a home. And then things that I am getting rid of are going to be in this pile over here that just keeps growing. I have yet to take a single pile to United Way. I will say though, I did donate some clothes to Savers for a Girl Scout fundraiser that we were having, but I haven't actually done much beyond that. So I really need to get this stuff out of here, and I am a lot more gung-ho about trying to get things in order because my husband and I are actually to the point that we are about to start our house hunt, and I don't want to take the chaos with me. I really want our new house to be kind of this neutral thing. But that brings me to what I really want to talk about today. I know, I rambled on for 4 minutes. But anywho, right now, because we are at the point of kind of searching for a house, I did want to start to kind of document that process. because there were some things that popped up for me that I haven't really seen in my research before, and I don't know if maybe I just missed it or it just hasn't been brought up. So we, at this point, we have been participating in a program called NACA. That's NACA, Neighborhood Association. Neighborhood Assistance Community Association. Question mark. I don't know. I'll link it down below. But basically, we went through this because we wanted to make sure that our money was being spent effectively. We could have been qualified for just a traditional loan or even a first-time home buyer loan where we got assistance with our down payment. But in looking at it, the best option for us at the time was going through NACA. And at this point, we have gotten pre-approved. And so we are now in the process of actually searching for a home. And we got our first meeting Thursday on kind of what that means, what the process is. And now today is the first day that we actually had an official list handed over to our realtor and said, these are the homes that we're interested in. And we were very excited. We went through the whole listing on Realtor up to our dollar amount that we're approved at. And we ended up choosing initially 43 homes. We said, you know what, these can work. They absolutely could work, or, we'll figure something out. And I told my husband, I said, we're not going to have time to look at this many houses. And even if we do look at this many houses, I have a feeling... I don't know what she was doing. I have a feeling that we'd end up missing the opportunity by the time that, we actually made a decision. So we pared that 43 down to 18 houses. Mind you, this took us like 2-3 hours going painstakingly through all of these photos and saying, we have this laundry list of things that we would need to accomplish. So should we go ahead and take it off the list? These are things that I absolutely could not live with. How much money do we have to play with to even fix that thing? And so we did that and pared it down to 18. And even at that, I was like, this is a lot of, houses to look at, but potentially our home is in this. We sent that off and we get an email back that says, I'm going to look up, I will tell you that the majority of these on this list are show for backup. I don't know what show for backup means, but apparently it means that you would go and see it and your realtor would put in an offer on your behalf, and that would go to the seller's realtor, who then says if the current contract that they have in their hands falls through, they'll go to the next person. So it basically puts you in line. And we didn't want that, obviously. Well, I don't know about obviously, but we didn't want that. So that meant that our list of 18 went down to 2. She said, I'll run these through the MLS system and let you know. I get an email back 5 minutes later and she says, unfortunately, one of those is already under contract as well, so you have one option. And of the 2, the one option was not, of course, our top choice. It was number 13. And there were some things that we would have to live with. And I honestly want a house that we're done. I don't want to move again. If you know anything about me or you've been on my blog, you would know that I've lived in over 25 houses. I've had my fair share of moving. Okay. I don't want to turn 30 and say, oh, we're moving again, because I've done it. Been there, done that. Know how it goes. It's never fun. Well, it's not all that fun. And so I want this to be a one and done type thing. I want it to be a space that we could grow into, as we get old. If we need to adjust things so that it becomes more accessible, we can do that as our parents get old. I don't want there to be 20 steps to get up to our house, because then it's going to be difficult for them to come over. These are things that it needs to be a long-term house. And so we are a little disappointed today, because we really thought out of those 18, there would at least be a few that we could go and look at and get really excited about. And there's only one, and it's not one that we were really excited to go and see. It was really one of those that said, we've got a lot of room in the budget to make this the house that we want it to be. we know we can afford this. So we're a little disappointed day one, but right now I'm just trying to keep in mind that everything that I have in my life I had to wait for. Um, Anything that's lasted at least. My husband and I got married on our 8-year anniversary, and it we have a lasting, strong relationship. I had a situation where I was without a car for a bit because my car just stopped. And so, it took me months, and it was very frustrating because I've always been mobile. I've never not had a car. So to not, from going from a two house, or a two house, well, not very nice, from a 2-car house down to a 1-car house meant that there were a lot more struggles that we kind of had to deal with, and it was very frustrating. I know, first world problems, but it was frustrating. And but then I got the car that I really, really wanted, and I got to buy it outright. I didn't have to finance it or take out a loan or borrow money. It was just, here's the money, give me the title, and they said, okay. I just, everything that I have in my life, I have had to wait for, and it's turned out that it was something that I needed, or truly was something that I was looking for, even though I didn't realize it. And so I'm trying to keep that in mind, because as we look for this house, I know this isn't going to be the only disappointment, but I do want to kind of document this journey. Partially for me, I kind of want to look back and see, how that went, and, anything that happened. But I also think that for anybody who's like me and is looking kind of for an idea of what it's really like to search for a home, that maybe this will be helpful. So there will be many videos to come. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and click the button below. If you have, thank you so much. I'm very excited about any subscriber that I get, because I just love sharing my story and hearing your guys' stories. So if you have a journey, either just looking for a house or you're currently looking for a house, I want to know how your journey is going. If you haven't checked out my blog, go ahead and hop over there. And as always, I am Laura Marie. This is Laura Marie Rambles, and I really appreciate you stopping by.